Welcome to ASC Live. How is it going? Nathan, how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm great. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. Glad to be here. Glad to have everyone who's watching on with us. We've got some exciting things planned today, don't we?
Oh yeah, we've got a game as a preview for Thursday. I got some great discussion, and we have a guest.
We have a guest. Another guest this week?
Oh yes, a
Are we
guest.
ready to bring our guest on with us?
I don't know. Are you ready?
I know I'm ready. Let's go ahead and bring him up. Wait, do we have any guesses of who our guest could be? Let's see. We'll go ahead and bring him on screen. Super excited to have him with us today. Our guest is the executive director himself, Mr. Jeff White.
Oh,
How's
yeah.
it going? How you doing today, Jeff?
We have an authentic.
How are you fellas doing?
I'm doing great.
Doing well. Excited to have you with us today. So I want to start off. I always do this. Always throw our guest on the spot for a beginning question. But wanted to start off with a beginning question, Jeff. What has been the most tedious thing that you've done this weekend?
Oh, tedious?
Tedious. Let's go tedious.
Okay. Boy, let's see. The most tedious thing that I did this weekend was fixing plumbing leaks in a 23-year-old hot tub that was left at my house when we moved last summer.
Oof. That sounds like a process.
I spent days stripping the frame off of this thing and trying to find where the leaks are and trying to fix them over the last like three weeks.
That is a process. Nathan, do you have anything tedious that you happen to have done this weekend?
Honestly, the most tedious thing I did was probably shave my face.
Do what?
Shave my face.
Oh, yeah, that does get tedious from time to time. I feel that myself. There's a reason I don't shave all of my face.
I'm due for that. Hi, Cadence.
Okay, so what's our first game? Do you want to get us started off with our game, Nathan?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, sorry, I got something in my eye. Alrighty. Our first game today, or activity, I guess, if you like to call it, is going to be, hold on, my computer got all shut down on me. All right. Our game is going to be a fan favorite. It's a favorite game of mine. It's going to be Would You Rather. We got 4 questions that we've got, and then you guys are welcome in the comments to come up with your own that me, Jeff, and Jonathan are all going to answer. So be thinking of some that you might want us to answer, but we'll start off with our first one here. Are you guys ready?
I know I'm ready. Jeff, are you ready?
Yes, I am. Love this game.
Alrighty. First one. Would you rather talk like Yoda or breathe like Darth Vader?
Ooh.
Easy. Talk like Yoda.
I think I'm going to have to go with Mr. Jeff and like Yoda, speak I would.
Yeah, I'm
How
gonna have
about
to say
you, Nathan?
I'd
Like
rather
Yoda.
talk like Yoda. I feel like breathing like Darth Vader would just make people so uncomfortable.
All day long. I agree with you, Nathan.
Especially right now, people would get a little bit freaked out.
At least it wouldn't be because of the hands right up next to your face. You've probably got a mask on at that point if you're out in public and they're hearing you. So at least they know that your face is covered. But then they're also wondering why those sounds are coming from you at that point because they can no longer see your mouth.
Right.
When I was in college, a friend of mine and we challenged each other, and we spent 5 hours, and we could not speak unless it was in Yoda format, and we actually did.
That's awesome.
Wow, that is amazing. That is amazing.
But we did it.
Okay, are we ready for our next one? Do we have any comments over on Facebook of what they would rather be on that one?
Aiden Sauer says she already breathes like Darth Vader, but she would take Yoda.
Okay. Knowing her, I would not agree with her breathing like Darth Vader, but I would definitely agree with her statement of taking Yoda. Okay. Our next question. This one, I feel like this one's a huge challenge. I'm not sure everyone's ready for this, but I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there. Would you rather be 7 inches taller or 7 inches shorter? Who wants to start us off with that one? Nathan, will you give it a start?
Yeah, honestly, I'm probably going to have to go with 7 inches taller. Just because as an athlete or somebody who played sports in high school, it would have been a tremendous help to be 7 inches taller. The only bad thing is that I have to get like a custom bed, bigger clothes, or I'll probably have to order online. Just be uncomfortable. But I'd probably have to go with 7 inches taller.
Okay. Jeff, how about you?
Man, that's tough. I also was thinking about that in terms of being a somewhat of at least a mildly athletic person that played sports. So as a soccer player, it would probably have been helpful to be 7 inches shorter because then I might have been quicker.
Mm-hmm.
But as a basketball player, I would have loved to be 6'11". I would have an entirely different game. So I probably could go in both directions and would have, it would have been much better.
Yes, I'm the same way, but I think I might have to go towards 7 inches taller, being 6'9". I don't like the idea of being 5'7". That just, as I've gotten used to being 6'2", feels a little short. Given my issue with going 7 inches taller is I'd have to duck to go through every single doorway. And currently, I only have to duck going through one in my house, but it would be every single doorway that I'd have to duck through. So that might be something that pushes me towards the 7 inches shorter. But I think for now I'd go taller. And one of our viewers over on YouTube agrees with she would choose to be taller as well. Sounds like for the most part we've got a consensus going on to be taller. Okay, Nathan, do you want to? This next one, I know I can't choose between the two.
All right. Would you rather fly or teleport?
Fly or teleport? Again, we'd love to have you drop your would you rathers in the comments. We'll make sure to call them out. Nathan's watching the comments over on Facebook, and I've got them covered over on YouTube. But would you rather fly or teleport? I'll start us off on this one. I think I'd have to go with teleport. As much as I love flying and enjoying traveling and being able to see everything, being able to instantly like snap my fingers and go from one place to another would be absolutely amazing. Because then I'd be like, I'm going to go to Paris for lunch. Well, dinner there, lunch here, and then I'll come back and resume working. That would be amazing.
Yeah. You want to go, Nathan?
Oh, it's so hard. But we've got Caden Sauer says she would rather fly, and Darian Austin says he would teleport. I think the thing about flying is it'd just be cool, like to be able to fly. and you know, you'd be able to like put in headphones and like listen to some music and go on a fly instead of a drive. But being able to be somewhere simultaneous, like just as soon as you snap your fingers, would be ridiculously cool. So I'd probably have to go with teleport because that's always something that I feel like is just would be cool.
Yeah. Flying would be way more fun, but teleporting would be way more useful.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Yes. Which one would you go with, Jeff? If you had to choose one, which way you going?
Teleport.
Okay. You've got the
Dang,
practicality. It's like practicality versus the enjoyment. Apparently, the practicality is winning out in this case.
That's how old people think.
Well, then I must be getting up there in age because that's very much how I think as well. I am not getting up there in age. I know that. As many people would say, Jonathan, you're just a youngin'. But there are a lot of days I feel like I'm getting up there in age. Our last one.
Old people call you a youngin'.
Yes. Yes. Nathan, you want to go ahead and...
Oh, go ahead.
Nathan, you want to go ahead and start us off with our last one?
Yep, I got this one. Would you rather, I think this is probably the most difficult one to me. Would you rather never, and I mean like never go outside again or never go inside again? So you always have to be outside or you always have to be inside. You can't go inside for anything.
This one's not a question for me. I look at it and go, I'd absolutely choose outside. There is no way I would live the rest of my life indoors if I had to choose between the two, because there's so much, for me personally, I look at outside and there's so much beauty and so much goodness. I'm thinking of my trip last summer to go out west to the mountains, or up to the Boundary Waters of Minnesota, or even a couple years ago when I was in Eastern Europe on the edge of the Baltic Sea. All of those places are astoundingly beautiful. And even though the Baltic Sea was very, very cold in the winter, I would rather be outside there than stuck inside for the rest of my life. Jeff, how about you?
Well, I already know the answer, but define indoors. Like if I have like a hammock with like a tarp strung over top of it, does that still count for outdoors?
That counts as outdoors, but like a car counts as indoors.
Okay.
Porta potty counts as indoors.
Oh yeah, I would choose to be outside happily, and I would just move to a more moderate climate where it's always where it's nice 330 days a year, and then I would just shelter in a natural environment the rest of the 30 days, and I'd be happy.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it as how am I going to keep myself clean? Because I can do without running water, but it's just my own stink that would get to me.
God provides all kinds of natural bathing opportunities in the outdoors.
Yeah, maybe I'll go clean down at the creek.
It's like there's all just like Jeff said, all types of outdoor natural bathing opportunities. But then also for me, I was thinking about it going, once you've been outside for 30 days and haven't bathed for 30 days, you're not going to notice your own stink. Everybody else will.
Yeah,
and so you won't want to go near everybody else, but you won't.
We got Cadence and Eris. Cadence Sour. They're both saying they would never want to go inside again, so they're with us. And then Darian Austin says he would never go outside again. So, never going outside again would mean video games and running water and filtered water and all kinds of good stuff. But I don't know. It's one to think of.
Okay. Who knows what yesterday was? It was a day we celebrate these certain people. Anyone know?
Sunday?
Well, I've got to give you that. It was Sunday. Say it again, Jeff.
The day after Saturday?
it was also that,
The
but it was,
first day of
yes, it was all of those things, but it was also Mother's Day. The second Sunday of May every year is Mother's Day.
crap.
Yep. Cadence got it. Cadence said Mother's Day.
Awesome. So as part of Mother's Day, real quick, just wanted to hear from all three of us. Describe your favorite dish that your mom made. Can be either when she made it long ago when you were a wee little lad, or one she still makes currently. Favorite dish, food, baked goods, anything that she cooked or baked that your mom made.
In our house on Sundays, we would usually have like a bigger dinner, like for lunch, like after we would get home from church. And she would a lot of times make like a roast with homemade mashed potatoes, and usually like some crescent rolls or some garden corn. And that was just like one of my all-time favorite meals growing up that my mom made.
That roast sounds absolutely marvelous. Nathan, how about you?
My mom makes delicious homemade chicken and noodles. And so that's probably my favorite meal that she makes. Makes the chicken and she doesn't make the noodles homemade, but pretty much everything else. So it's pretty delicious.
Okay. Those both sound marvelous. For me, it's a dish I now make myself because it's super quick and easy. But it's a dish my mom made up called Busy Day because she'd get off the bus at the end of the day and dinner would need to be ready in like a half hour for her hungry youngins, my brother and myself. So she'd throw in some ground beef, some noodles, corn, tomato soup, and lots of cheese because almost every good dish has cheese. And mix it all together, throw some corn in there. I think I mentioned that. And then it'd just be a really quick, very easy casserole that we called Busy Day. And so that's one of my favorite dishes that my mom made growing up. Even though it's super simple and super quick, it was still something I very much enjoy. So part of the reason I wanted to ask that question today is because we want to celebrate our mothers. We wanted, and we encourage you all to celebrate your mothers. Even though yesterday was Mother's Day, it's never too late and never a bad time to say thank you, Mom, for everything that she does for us, because our mothers do so much, whether we realize it or not. We're going to shift over into some Q&A with our special guest, and Nathan is going to ask our first question.
All right, Jeff. So, what has been the most exciting thing that you've experienced during the stay-at-home order that is kind of now lifting? But during kind of the thick of it, what was the most exciting thing that happened to you?
So some of the things that I've loved, this new documentary that's been on ESPN about the Bulls from the 90s.
Yep.
I grew up a Michael Jordan fan. Actually went and saw him play a couple of times at Cleveland because I grew up near Cleveland. And I've just kind of loved watching that documentary. I did get to go stay at a cabin with my family for a couple of days, just self-quarantining kind of in the mountains, and we got to do some hiking, and
Cool.
that was a lot of fun. So that was exciting. And then obviously the fact that my hot tub is no longer leaking as of this weekend, that's my most recent exciting thing that's happened.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing, Jeff. The next question we want to ask is, what are you most looking forward to now that the stay-at-home order has expired?
Yeah, I am looking. Obviously, it may be a little bit, but I'm looking forward to doing a little family trip sometime this summer. So hoping to get away. We like to to go hiking and go to really beautiful places. So looking forward to doing that. And then maybe getting my grill out and having some friends over just to hang out a little bit. So
That sounds very exciting, very enjoyable. Awesome.
Jeff, next. If you could go one place in the world, anywhere, where would it be?
Well, it would be probably one of two places. So I was supposed to do a big family trip this summer where we were going to go to Banff National Park in Canada. But because of the coronavirus, you can't go across the border, and their national parks are closed right now. So we actually just had to cancel that trip last night, which is a bummer. But so I would pick that place because that is just fantastically beautiful area. And then if not that, I would probably choose to, like, maybe not in real time go to Israel, but like if things were normal, I would probably go to Israel and kind of just explore that country. In particular, I would kind of follow like the locations of the stories of like the New Testament and where things happened in the Bible.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
It'd be awesome to do that.
For sure.
Okay, and the last question we have for today for you, Jeff, is what is one piece of advice that you have for those watching, either as we come out of the stay-at-home order, as we've gone through this 7-8 week time period of being stuck at home, being stuck in quarantine, and we're transitioning out of that. What is one piece of advice that you have for those who are watching?
So I'll give two pieces if that's allowed. So the first is to be cautious but not fearful when it comes to the coronavirus stuff, and as we like work to try to move back towards maybe something close to what was normal beforehand, and to be patient through that. And then the second piece is if you are looking for something to watch. My family, so my wife and my kids, the last couple of weeks we've been watching a show called The Chosen, and you can stream it for free on YouTube. The whole season 1 is available for free on YouTube, or they have an app that you can download and stream them from there. It's been like my favorite thing that I've watched during this whole kind of stay-at-home stuff. So I would encourage you to check that out.
Thanks for those couple of pieces of advice, Jeff. Both as I listen to them and as I hear them are two things that I know I've kind of tried to adapt and tried to adopt myself, being cautious and responsible, but not afraid of everything that's going on. Given I haven't tried yet to watch The Chosen, I've put that on my list since you've mentioned it the last time we talked, but I'm looking forward to getting some time to watch that and enjoy that. So that then becomes our challenge for this week, is be cautious, but not fearful. Take steps and be responsible so that you don't get sick and that you don't spread the coronavirus in case you do get sick, but also do it out of more of a sense of responsibility, going, how can I care for those around me, instead of, this is terrifying, what am I going to do? Kind of a mindset. That is what we have for you all for today. Nathan, do you want to wrap us up with our announcement for Thursday?
Yeah, this Thursday, just like every week, we've got a Zoom session going on. We're going to be maybe doing some games that we had planned for last week. We've got a lot of good questions to go over in our breakout room. So we definitely want you guys to join as many people as possible. And I think that we've really enjoyed what we've had going so far, and we want you guys to continue coming. So show up and be ready for some great times.
Thanks, Nathan. We're excited to have you on Thursday. Jeff, would you mind dropping a little nugget of what people should be looking for on our social pages tomorrow, maybe?
Sure. Yeah, so just like some of you guys may know that the center has a cook-off every April, but because of Corona stuff, we weren't able to have that. And it's kind of a cool thing that the main reason we do it is we get to kind of tell some stories about like cool things that you guys as students are doing or cool things that are happening in your lives. And we get to celebrate that and people get to hear about that. And then it's also how the community, when they hear about the cool stuff happening in students' lives, they get a chance to respond and give and support the center. And that event is a big deal because it raises about a third of the center's budget every year. So that's a big deal. So instead of doing that, we are doing a little something different where we've got friends of the center that are reaching out to their friends, neighbors, family, and they're just kind of telling people about the center's website. We've kind of redesigned a page. It's got a couple of really cool video stories of students who used to come to the center, but now they're grown up and they've got families and they're married and they're working, and they're kind of these stories are looking back on kind of just some reminiscing on things that happened at the center and to them. And so anyway, so we'll be posting some of those things on our social media pages. So there'd be fun little stories to watch, and then if you get chances to share them and help us spread the word, that'd be awesome as well.
Thanks, Jeff. So look forward to those stories. Those are I've gotten to watch both of those stories, both of those videos, and they're both awesome stories. So definitely take time, keep an eye on our social media pages and watch for those stories to come so that you get to see them. And then the last announcement I have today before we sign off is the line curbside. So if you signed up for meals for this week, don't forget to pick them up tomorrow between 4:30 and 5 p.m. And then starting Wednesday, you'll be able to sign up again for next week's meals. That's all we have for today. We thank you for joining us and hope that you have a wonderful week. Hope to see you on Thursday. Have a wonderful week, y'all.
Peace out.
Deuces.